Good afternoon. This is a special edition of ICTV News live from Citi Field. I'm Chrissy Bookie. Today we're going to talk about some important news events, especially the Ray Rice issue with Joseph Hall, and then later on some entertainment with Iona. First up with news, Mayor de Blasio is putting more cameras on the intersection of traffic lights. The reaction from Iona students was mixed.
I do think that these lights will be an advantage for us here in New York. So I do think that they do need to be added. I do agree with that. I'm glad that they're actually putting those cameras into the school zones because we need to protect our children in these areas. So I agree with that a lot.
I'm pretty neutral about it. I think it's good in one point. I think it's bad at the other. Just last week, there have been 2 accidents that I witnessed, so that's pretty bad. But it's also good, for the students also because I know some students don't really use the crosswalk. So
I think that's a great idea. I mean, there's been a lot of accidents lately, and basically they go off of eyewitnesses and they don't really know, whose fault it was or, if the car went through a red light. So I think that's a very good thing that he's doing.
The mayor is hoping that with more cameras on the top of traffic lights, there will be less car accidents. Now with sports, here's Joseph Hall.
Over the past several weeks, there's been a lot of debate and criticism over the Ray Rice scandal. Back in February of this year, Ray Rice assaulted his girlfriend outside of an elevator in Atlantic City. Footage outside the elevator showed Rice standing over his girlfriend's body while she was unconscious. As a result, the NFL fined him $500,000 and suspended him for 2 games. However, recently, in the past 2 days, new footage has been released by TMZ. It shows Rice inside of the elevator blatantly hitting his girlfriend over the head with his fist and her falling to the ground and hitting her head off the pole. With the release of the new footage, the NFL suspended Rice indefinitely and the Ravens cut him. Now the question is whether or not Rice will play another down in the NFL. Here are some reactions from students on Iona campus.
Honestly, I think it's ridiculous. I think, with the history of the NFL, with people like Michael Vick, obviously what he did was horrible, but this is a person we're talking about. He did basically what Michael Vick was doing to dogs to a person. He only gets 2 games.
This is an action that Ray Rice will have to live with the rest of his life. Here's Cassie with entertainment news.
Thank you, Joe. Recently, the biggest music show of the year, the 2014 MTV Music Video Awards, aired. Last year, the big controversy was Miley Cyrus, and this year was Nicki Minaj. I took to Iona's campus to see if they thought her outfit malfunction was intentional or not, and what their thoughts about it were.
For this generation, it's actually working for whatever celebrity. They're getting a lot of attention, which is what they want. So I think it's working. I mean, it is getting a little overboard, but it's like the perfect show to do it on. You can't do that at the Grammys or something fancy. I think it was on purpose. I mean, these celebrities depend on their names being put in magazines and newspapers. So I definitely think that it was done on purpose because just right now we're talking about her. So she's definitely getting, something out of it, and she's getting the talk that she wants.
Recently in celebrity news, nude photos were leaked all over the internet from actresses such as Jennifer Lawrence, Victoria Justice, and gymnast Michaela Maroney. These photos were hacked into through their iCloud. I took to Iona's campus to see if these photos were an invasion of their privacy or if these celebrities should be having these photos in the first place. Let's take a look.
Personally, I think that no one should be having those type of pictures at all. I mean, it's not really proper to be having pictures of yourself naked, especially with what just happened. Things like that happen occasionally, so I don't think that was a good idea.
And unfortunately, we have some sad news in the entertainment world. Joan Rivers passed at 81 due to heart failure. The actress and comedian was in for throat surgery and went into a coma. After that, it all was a downhill spiral. The comedian world lost a great figure, and Fashion Police won't be the same without her. Our thoughts and prayers are with her family and friends at this time. That's it for your entertainment news. I'm Iona. Back to you, Chrissy.
Well, that wraps up a great field trip brought to us by the Comm department. For more that's happening at Iona College, visit North Avenue Nation. For ICTV, I'm Chrissy Bookie.